is standing by with the convener of the movement. Hey Mbali, thank you very much indeed for your time. What's the latest?
Hi, Blaine. Blaine, what's happened is that the latest is that we've just gotten news that BLF has closed down a branch in Sandton, and this as protest intensify around the country. We'd like to believe that they're going to intensify around the country, but at this stage, people are actually protesting they've been protesting since this morning, and because of that. We have with us the convener of the movement, Mudise Sitwaba, who's going to speak to us just now. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Mudise, you are demanding 70 billion rand. 70 billion rand is an astronomical number. How did you come to that number?
70 billion is a lot of money compared to how much money? How much money has Vodacom been making? Vodacom, on admission of the former CEO, Alan Craig, has been making getting 20 million please call me daily, and that's only in South Africa. What about India? What about Belgium? What about Tanzania? What about all the other countries that they operate in? So if you calculate that money, 70 billion is fair. And if 70 billion is what Makate deserves, let him get. Jan Koum, who invented WhatsApp, is worth 130 billion. So what is 70 billion compared to that? And Makate is going to get 70 billion 18 years after his invention.
So the deadline, the cutoff time, has long come and passed. It was 10 a.m. And how do you feel about that? Vodacom hasn't paid the 70 billion rand that you've demanded. Please tell us more about that.
Well, I've been busy with these media interviews. You guys are actually stopping me from going inside. So what is happening is today, it's a sad day. Today is the day where maybe this is my last interview. A black man is going to die for economic freedom. I'm not going to go and shout at the stadiums or anywhere else trying to say economic freedom in our lifetime. I'm fighting for it now here at Vodacom. I'm going to lay my life now here with the police at Vodacom's premises to make sure that Makate gets what he deserves.
So you've called this an economic travesty. During the briefing that you spoke to when you were addressing protesters here. Please tell us about how this relates to economic freedom and how it is an economic travesty.
You know, from the olden days, a black man always have to march, have to always protest, cause noise. These people know about this. They've prepared for this. Vodacom has already shut down. They are prepared to lose one day instead of paying Makate. So what I'm saying is that Makate's economical rights are disrespected. And even if he has to go back to court again, it's money that he still has to use, money that he doesn't have. What is Vodacom saying? What is Vodacom sending to South Africa? South Africa must see this as apartheid tactics being used by Vodacom to suppress the people. We are saying to the masses, South Africa, port to other networks, don't buy Vodacom's stuff from now on.
So we've heard that BLF has caused some disruptions in Sandton, closing down a Vodacom branch there. Do you expect this kind of reaction around the country? And how do you feel about it? I mean, do you welcome these acts by BLF?
I thank the BLF for standing up in support of a black person. It's time that we stop petty talks. It's time that we stop political lines. A black man is being strangled here. A black man is being hanged here. And we all caring about whether you belong to ANC or what. Please call me movement. It's not a political party. We don't even aspire to be one. But we'll never let an injustice happen and look at it and just pass by.
So earlier on, the cops had to stop yourself and protesters from trying to get into the premises. What is the reason for wanting to get into the premises?
If we are in the premises, we're going to sleep in those premises and own that building up until Vodacom decides to negotiate with Makate the reasonable settlement according to what Makate needs.
So you are adamant that you are going to occupy this place until Vodacom pays Makate what's due to him, what you believe is due to him?
Yes, black excellence has to be respected. And it's high time that people take themselves seriously. You must never accept whatever is given to you just because you are hungry. You must get what you deserve. If Makate deserves 70 billion, let him get 70 billion. And whatever that Vodacom and Makate negotiates, if both of them agree, that is fine. Then we are all good. Then we're all happy. Then we'll go back home celebrating that one of our own, one boy from a township created the first world over invention that is used and enjoyed by so many. We cannot let the riches of poor be enjoyed by the wealthy. It's high time that we stop that.
Okay. So what do you make of this new information that's emerged that the Please Call Me innovation was not really Makate's invention, but it was rather an invention that came up from a contractor and that was contracted to MTN. Yeah. What's your view of this? What do you make of this?
I think there's a lot of comedians in the country. MTN and Arikan has to consult Kagiso Lediga and actually be stand-up comedians. Arikan invented a callback service using IVR portal. That is not a free Please Call Me service. Makate's invention is a USSD service. That is a star 140 star. That is used by also MTN, Cell C. And on Vodacom's admission, the fact is in court, Alon Craig did say that Makate came up with the idea.
So you maintain that he came up with this invention and this is in fact his own invention and the first of its kind?
It's a fact. It's not my assertion. It's a fact in court. It's a fact in court, and Vodacom, if they say we are breaking the law, they themselves in 2011 should have made a KPMG report available to Mr. Makate to negotiate the sums correctly. Otherwise, you'll be negotiating blindly. Specifically, page 25 to page 37 of that report. Why is Vodacom not giving Makate that? Or if it gave them, why are they now saying the amount are not reasonable, their company is going to die, the money is too much? There's no money that is too much. If Vodacom has to close down and give its own company to Makate, let there be Makate Com. It's fine.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it. That is the convener of this very movement that has seen hundreds maybe of people coming to protest, and we've also heard of more disruptions that have taken place in Sandton. Over here right now, I can tell you that political parties are also here in support of this movement. We've seen people in ANC regalia, and we've also seen people in EFF t-shirts and so on. So we are expecting more people to come along. As you heard, the deadline has long come and gone, and we haven't heard about whether Vodacom will be paying that 70 billion rand. But the movement convener is adamant that Makate is actually the inventor of the Please Call Me app, not app, but the innovation that we use to send messages without airtime or anything like that. Now, we've heard over the past decade about the story of how he came about this Please Call Me innovation. And for now, it's back to you in studio, but I will keep you updated as developments come up.
Yeah, Mbali, look, the man at the center of this whole thing is Mr. Makate. Do we know his whereabouts and what's his thoughts about this movement?
I don't know anything about Makate. We don't know anything about his whereabouts or anything like that. But another thing is that, the convener who we just spoke to, Mudise, is very adamant that the money hasn't gone through. Earlier on, we heard him speaking to the masses saying that, listen, the money, it's 10 a.m. and the money has not been wired through to Makate. So I would believe that he's actually in conversation with Makate. I don't know. This is just speculation. You cannot quote me on this at all. But at this stage, I will try and get more information around that as to find out, how he knows about whether money has been wired or not.
Yeah, we heard from Byron Kennedy, Vodacom spokesperson, yesterday. Any update with regards to response from Vodacom as yet?
No, nothing so far. Yesterday, our conversation ended with a message saying that he'll call me back, and unfortunately, he hasn't called me back. I tried calling him a number of times before getting that message. Obviously, he couldn't speak to me at the time, and he requested that I send him a text message, and we communicated briefly over the phone, and then after that via text, and after that I just got, I'll call you back, and I never received that phone call.
Okay, there we go. That's an update from Balim Tetwa live for us in Midrand following the Please Call Me movement that is staging a protest outside there. Thank you very much indeed, Balim Tetwa. We'll catch up with you a little later on. Okay.